So KFC is suing this fried chicken chain in Thailand called Hitler Chicken. And what Hitler Chicken did, they didn't think Colonel Sanders was exciting enough. So they kept his outfit, but they changed his head. Because they just think it's like they described it as it's just a good, strong image. They don't really quite understand the whole Holocaust history the way we do, you know? So to them, it's like Elvis or John Wayne. And like people are like, well, you know what? It sparks a dialogue because now we can talk to them about our history. So I thought we should change some of our fast food chains to spark a dialogue. Like, I think maybe we should change Wendy's to like Running Napalm Girl. Burger. But like keep the braids because it's a strong image.
All right, we are here with our special guest, local comedian. Everyone welcome Iris Benson. That was fantastic.
Yeah. What's like your favorite stuff to watch?
I binge on like shows. Like I'm doing
binge. Like you're talking about like marathon.
No,
does that involve like food or drugs?
Sometimes I live with my parents, so I tend not to get too loaded in their house. But
really?
You live with your parents?
I do.
Is that by choice or?
No, not really.
Yeah.
No, I lost my well, I moved in before I lost my job, but I got an overuse injury from work, so I couldn't like
RSI?
work as many hours.
Repetitive strain injury? Or?
Yeah.
Maria has the same thing from her job.
I had the same problem. Yeah. You know, it's like sometimes guys, you know, whatever.
These sailors these days take forever.
Right.
Was it a fun job?
It was all right.
All right. Did you meet like fun people, or was it like, you know?
It was I worked in a spa, so
Yeah.
Is
there anything funny you learned from it?
anything funny
You're the
that
bit,
I learned?
he's the bit.
Well, I have like a whole comedy bit like about my job. I have a couple. Yeah.
So the great thing about bad jobs
I'll
is it gives you good
save it.
material.
Yeah.
We'll save it for the show,
Yeah.
which you're going to be doing.
So what kind of spa was it?
It was a corporate spa that I'm not gonna name because I don't want to promote them. Fuck them. But
what does corporate spa mean? Like, was there any like?
it was like a Starbucks version of a spa.
So no like hanky, no like fun
No.
kinky shit
No.
going on there. Do you like kinky shit, or are you pretty straight up?
I define kinky. I don't like blood.
Well,
I don't like blood.
kinky would be like anything that's not normal, as Andrew would say.
Define normal.
But something that becomes like, to me, it's like sex addiction. Is like you keep getting kinkier and kinkier because the old kink just doesn't do it anymore. We're talking about straps. We're talking about different sexualities. We're talking about different positions, equipment, stuff like that. Do you think maybe I'm like living in a different world and I'm like so out of touch with the average person?
I don't think that. I think you're living in a awesome, fun world. It sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun here, isn't
Yeah.
it?
We're supposed to end with the sex stuff.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. We'll get back to the sex. I mean, how do you make fun out of this? Like, how did you get into comedy? Like, do you try to find like crazy shit and like make it funny? Or, like, you know what? Like, we're living in a crazy world. Like, what do we do about it?
What question did you ask me? You asked me like 5 questions.
Let's try that again. What got you? I'm just like my mind is going crazy, and I'm not even on drugs. So like, how did you get into comedy?
I got into comedy. I've always done like theater, and I wanted to take an improv class at this place, and they had stand-up comedy. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a stand-up comedy class, and so I did that.
How old were you?
It was like 2 years ago.
Oh, did you want to be a comedian or a performer? Like,
yeah, well, I've always like gravitated towards like comedy. I actually, when I was a kid, I wanted to be more like Carol Burnett or Tracy Ullman, where they had like their own sketch show kind of thing.
Comedians, yeah.
Yeah. Like not so much stand up, but like like
telling skits and stories. So not like
Right.
Andrew like wanted to be a comedian when you were younger, right? Like
Yeah.
when you were a kid.
Like you grew
You want to
up-
be rich and famous, right?
No, I just wanted to. It seems like comedians are always happy all the time when you see them on stage when they're in their prime.
Yeah, when you see them on stage.
Yeah, in their prime, but then you see them off stage and it's not always the case.
So it's sort of like that 5 minutes of shining and 168 hours, the number of hours in a week of torture.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
kind of.
Yeah, and that's the great part of it, right?
Well, your comedy's kind of dark, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it is a little bit.
It's kind of subtle. I think that have you spent a lot of time by yourself?
I have spent a lot of time by myself.
Do you like being by
that
yourself?
Obvious?
Well, I think definitely Maria and myself. I definitely think that if someone's done cocaine for a long time, you can tell that or acid,
right?
Or marijuana or alcohol. It shows in their personality. And I definitely think that isolation is a drug within itself, and it definitely leaves a lasting impression on a person's persona.
It turns you into a comedian or a woman, in my case.
So is that what happened to you before you were a man and not a comedian, and the isolation turned you into a woman comedian?
Yeah,
Really? Are you a
that's
tranny?
exactly.
She spent ridiculous
That's
amounts of
exactly
time by
what
herself.
Yeah.
So when you're by yourself, how do you get your comedy going? Do you need drugs? Do you need play with yourself? You need ice cream or what?
You know what?
yourself.
I don't need any of those things to do comedy. I feel like comedy is another type of those things.
Oh, it is. So you don't even need to be depressed because a lot of comedians get motivated by being
No,
depressed.
actually, since I've started doing comedy, I've gotten a lot less depressed, I think.
So what motivates you? Some people get they love doing comedy when something really stupid happens or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I just anger.
Anger's a good thing.
Yeah.
When you're living at home works out. Is that why you moved in with your parents to do better comedy?
Yeah. Actually, living with my parents has actually been a lot better than I thought it would be. I thought in 6 months I was going to hang myself. But
Are they nice to you?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are now.
Do they still have sex?
No.
Do you have sex in the house?
Are they watching?
No. Well, I have a twin bed. So
that could be fun because you can put both legs on both sides. And you kind of get some leverage there.
That's more of a hindrance than actually living with my parents.
Oh, it's the twin
because I'm
bed,
I'm in my 30s. They can fucking handle me having sex.
Really?
Well, you bring home people to have sex at your parents'
No,
house?
I'm not. But
You would.
But yes.
You have a boyfriend, don't you?
No, I don't.
Oh, you bring a boy on Sunday?
What?
I thought you were with a man on Sunday.
Oh, that was a friend of mine. Yeah.
Really? Wait,
But not
wait, tell me more.
He's not a boyfriend.
Really?
No, he's a friend that I've known for a long time, and he always kind of talked about doing stand-up, and now he's finally doing it. So.
Oh, so it's not a sex thing. Because I was wondering,
Yeah.
my one final question, is it fun having sex as a girl? If you're a girl, having is it fun?
Yeah. We have a clitoris.
What's it like? Is it really
Yeah.
How would you describe it? Getting It's just awesome. It must be awesome.
It is awesome.
I'm trying to decide if I should go all the way or
No
not.
woman
Should
has
I?
ever told you what it's like to have sex as a woman.
No, I haven't really asked about the details. What's it like?
I'm only one woman. I think every woman has a different experience.
I guess I'll have to start a survey here.
You should.
And if people want to find you, do you have a website or something that they can go to?
I do. It's irisbenson.com, and it'll lead you to my YouTube and my Twitter.
Are you ever going to come on this show again?
I probably.
That's great.
will.
That's all I wanted to hear.
She knows she's candy and
You survive Maria.
Andrew, take us out.
All right, you're going to do a performance for us now?
Yeah. Right now?
Well, when I edit it.
Right. Okay.
Later.
Got it.
You'll be doing it.
Yes,
right now.
I will be doing,
doing
a
the
performance right now.
She'll be doing a performance right now. Absolutely.
Stay tuned.
Oops.
How's everybody doing?
Good, baby. Good.
Good. So some Jehovah's Witnesses came to my door the other day.
Don't answer.
Well, you know what? I enjoy that experience. I like the Watchtower artwork.
Oh.
I feel like they paint some beautiful titties in that publication. And but they didn't leave a watchtower. They just left this really hot picture of Jesus on the cross. His abs were all defined and glistening and blood encrusted. And once I got done masturbating, I I thought about like how Jesus is kind of the best brand mascot ever because they've had like thousands of years to perfect that. You know, so he's got like the flowing hair, he's got the abs, like bitches wash his feet with their hair, you know. And I'm really glad that, oh, okay. Didn't know what we were doing there. But I'm really glad that like say Hitler didn't have quite the same marketing campaign behind him, you know. Like don't get me wrong, Hitler had some good marketing going on. But like if they rebranded Hitler the way they do with like Aunt Jemima or Betty Crocker, like where they, you know, make them whiter and skinnier and all that stuff. Like if they had a swinging 60s hippie Hitler or like a yuppie 80s Hitler, like my favorite would be the 70s glam rock Hitler, like the Bowie mullet and like the stash and then like some leather pants. Maybe some lipstick on the nipples. Just yeah, because I like my icons of hatred and bigotry to be a little confusing, you know. So I've been doing that bit for a couple months, and I just saw this news item. Should I hold for the sirens? Okay.
Real deal San Francisco.
Okay. What's the deal with sirens? They're always going by when somebody's hurt or in an accident or something. So KFC is suing this fried chicken chain in Thailand called Hitler Chicken. And what Hitler Chicken did, they didn't think Colonel Sanders was exciting enough. So they kept his outfit, but they changed his head. Because they just think it's like they described it as it's just a good, strong image. They don't really quite understand the whole Holocaust history the way we do, you know? So to them, it's like Elvis or John Wayne. And like people are like, well, you know what? It sparks a dialogue because now we can talk to them about our history. So I thought we should change some of our fast food chains to spark a dialogue. Like I think maybe we should change Wendy's to like Running Napalm Girl. You know, burger. But like keep the braids because it's a strong image. You know? Maybe we should have Rape of Nanking Taco. So I used to wax vaginas for a living. That was my job. And I wore gloves. It was fine. Yes, yeah, because some of them are blinding. But like you always hear like guys talk about all the weird vaginas they've seen. Like her baby maker was dragging on the ground like a drop transmission. Like I could tie her labia into a bow. I had to send a canary down in there. I bumped my head on a stalactite. I saw some beautiful cave paintings, like just weird. And then women get all insecure and they're like, I'm an outie instead of an innie. Is that a problem? Or like, I have 3 hairs. I'm such a beast. Your vagina is fine. It's fine unless you were in a donkey show in Mexico or you were somehow mauled by a badger. It probably falls within the range of what a vagina is supposed to look like, you know? And like, let's face it, there's not going to be a dick famine anytime soon. So just let's all calm down, shall we? Like, and I've seen like all kinds of, like I've seen an 80-year-old vagina, you know? And like, I'm not saying you have to wax it, but they do all look better without hair on them. Because if you take the gray pubes off an 80-year-old vagina, it's like cutting the mold off a piece of cheese. It still tastes the same, you know? You know, like a fisherman's knuckles. My boss, I worked in a salon, and my boss, she was toying with the idea of getting all her pubes lasered off. And she was like, I don't know, Iris. What if it goes out of fashion? I read in Vogue that it might go out of fashion. I don't think Vogue dictates that fashion. You know, like I think Hustler probably dictates that fashion. And I don't think we're ever going to see a day when a guy is snaking his bathtub drain and pulls up the contents and goes, you know what? You know what would be really hot is if I pulled this out of my throat. I just, maybe that'll be a new kink. I don't know. But I don't think so. I'm pretty sure bald pussy is here to stay. You know, maybe. All right. Well, that's my time. Have a good night. Thank you.